episode of Stroom Stories. So today we are joined by Brendali Theron. She won the World's Strongest Women competition this year. Welcome to the show and thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, so can you tell us a little bit about your background and how you got involved in strength sports?
Yes, I grew up in South Africa and I've always been active and competitive.
Yes.
My journey into strength sports began after a severe ankle injury in 2012 and subsequent surgery that almost ended my athletic career. And slightly after that, I've met my coach, Robin Detoy, who has inspired me to pursue strength sports. And despite of being told by doctors I would never compete again, I took on the challenge and it really transformed my life. The last for 8 years, yeah, I think it's 8 years now, I was a strong woman competitor. I started in 2016. Some of my biggest wins was Africa's Strongest, which I hold the title from 2016 to 2018, and then last year, and then Arnold Africa's in 2017 and 18, yes. And Middle East, I have the title of 2020 and Dubai Strongest on 2021. And something I would always be grateful for is to have paved the way for women of Africa to be the first women in Africa to achieve pro status in 2017. And to compete against the best internationally was really great. And then currently it leaded up to having the World Championship title, which is pretty amazing.
Yeah, no, wow. That is amazing and that's very impressive. So you grew up in South Africa. Where did you grow up? And where did you
I
move
grew
to
up
Dubai?
in small town, Vanderbilt Park, and
Oh,
then mostly from Vanderbilt Park to Potchefstroom.
okay, cool. So
Yeah.
yeah, because we're in Potchefstroom, so you know like the area and everything.
Yes, all of my college years there, and I stayed, I think, 3 years after college. I stayed in Potch as well,
Oh, wow.
and then big city Johannesburg, and then Dubai.
Wow. And I
So
can just like
yeah,
imagine how different it is over there versus to here.
very like it's city life. You
Mm.
can compare Johannesburg and here. It's just much faster. It's even faster than Johannesburg. And also it is safer, of course.
Mm.
So yeah, but I must say, technology-wise and life, it's really fast
Oh,
in the city. Yeah.
oh, I'm so happy for you. Okay, so
Thanks.
Brendali, can you tell us what inspired you to become a strong woman?
Yes, I would say the turning point was meeting with my coach Robin. His belief in my potential, despite the odds of the injury, it truly inspired me, and I was just drawn to the idea of pushing my physical and mental limits.
Mm.
And the strong women community supported further and fueled my passion with those that is inspired by me as well. And I've pulled inspiration from various sources. I
Mm.
would say my brother's resilience and dedication while competing in the Paralympics a few years ago in swimming was really inspiring for me. It's witnessing discipline and determination was really pushing his boundaries
Mm.
where I found my inspiration from. Secondly, being a South African, I would say with all our sports and achievements at the moment, it's really you drawn an inspiration
Definitely.
and it just fuel you to excel and represent the country proudly more. And definitely, like I've mentioned, also my coach, he's an instrumental part of my success and
Mm.
his unwavering commitment and growth and life stories serve as a massive inspiration for me. And just the consistency and belief in me that he has pushed me to become the version of myself which I have, and not being mediocre. That's just never an option. Like for me, you always need to grow and have to believe that you're giving everything that
Mm.
you have for life. So yeah, I would say those are the factors that
Mm.
inspired me.
Oh, well, I can especially say, because you said like our country that drives or that's doing so well in sport and everything, we're extremely proud of you for what you've achieved. Especially as a woman, I can say that as well. Like it's really inspiring to see another South African woman achieving so much and doing so much. It's yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate.
So, how does it feel to hold the title of the world's strongest woman?
Amazing.
Yeah.
It's an incredible honor and a testament of just years of hard work, the perseverance and unwavering support from my coach again and loved ones. That is a true pillar. And winning the World Championship title is just a dream come true, and it motivates me to keep pushing my boundaries, I believe.
So, do you think you're going to compete again next year? Are you going to keep trying to hold the title?
That's definitely the plan, a title defense, yes. But before that, we're also aiming to go in different federations on world podium. So not just doing it in one federation, but few different ones. Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool.
Leading up to that. Yeah.
So what are some of the biggest challenges you faced on your journey to success and to hold the world's strongest women title?
Okay. The biggest challenge I would say was relocating to Dubai. I feel moving to Dubai was more of the idea of being centered for international competitions,
yeah,
and making traveling easier. And then secondly would be overcoming my ankle injury and then doubts that people create, like you cannot do this, telling you it's dangerous, it's not possible. And training at an elite level while managing pain and recovery is tough. But additionally, balancing personal life and the demands of rigorous training required immense dedication.
Yeah,
and it's also sacrifice that you need to give to that. So yeah, I think that would face the challenges. That would have been the two biggest ones up there.
So how do you balance your time between training and your personal life?
It's always about planning and prioritizing, definitely. I ensure I have a structured training schedule that always allows me to dedicate time to events and personal interests. Communication with my support system is key, and to maintain the balance, there will always be a little bit sacrificed in order to achieve the goal that is set.
Yeah, definitely. And I can only imagine, like, training is so integrated into your life right now that it would be difficult to it's kind of like almost a part of your free time as well.
It's a part of me, yes. I must say, if training goes well, the mood goes well. And if training doesn't go well, it interferes with the persona a little bit. So yeah, it's definitely, I don't know, it's a coping mechanism, it's a hobby. So I really love doing it. I don't really see it as a punishment. It's something you work towards and you grow through it. So it's part of me.
Yeah, no, I completely understand. So what does a typical day of training look like for you?
A typical day of training, well, that would involve a mix of strength training, conditioning, and technique work. I usually start with a thorough warm-up, followed by heavy lifts. We do deadlifts, squats, and then event training at the heavy lifts. After that, we will do a couple of accessory exercises and conditioning drills, always keeping athletic performance also high. And then recovery routines, including stretching and mobility work, are very crucial parts as well. And having rest day and recovery. That is the most important.
Yeah, I can imagine.
That's a typical day.
Yeah, I can't imagine how sore your body must be after such a heavy day of training. So it's like you said, how important stretching and recovery is. But
100%. 100%.
How important is your diet, and do you follow a specific diet to support your performance or prior to a big competition?
Yes, my diet is always tailored to meet the high energy demands of my training.
Mm.
Um, it includes a balanced mix of proteins and carbohydrates and fats, which is pretty basic. And I focus on whole foods, lean meats, clean carbs, and plenty of water for hydration to fuel my body and aid in recovery.
Mm.
And then this is also it's a variation from comp to comp. It's not always the same. So it really depends on the task that is set,
Mm.
where your body needs to perform and whether we need to increase calories, subtract calories. And we
Okay.
always tailor it according to the goal, I would
Okay.
say.
So you actually count how many calories you take in, especially before like a big competition, or is it
Oh,
more like,
100%. At
oh.
least 6 weeks out of competition, yes. Everything is measured and
Mm.
counted, and it's really structured, yes.
Oh, wow. Wow, yeah, it sounds pretty strict.
Yes, so we have to make weight. So the
Mm.
day before competition, we usually have to weigh in.
Mm.
So that is one factor. And the second factor is you have to also maintain your strength. So
Oh, yeah.
nutrition is a very important pillar.
Yeah, I can imagine. Um, what is the most important aspect of your training routine, would you say?
Definitely, it starts with consistency.
Mm.
Recovery after that. These are the most critical aspects. And regular training with progressive overload ensures continuous improvement,
Mm.
while adequate rest and recovery prevent your injuries and maintain performance levels.
Mm.
And definitely good nutrition, like I've mentioned before. This is very important aspect of training routine that supports it as a whole.
Okay. And like, I know you're just human, like we all are, and we all have our bad days and our off days. So, how do you keep yourself motivated during those tough times? And do you ever like just have a bad day and just say, you know what, I'm not going to do training today, I'm just going to have like a me day?
During tough times, I do try to remind myself of the goals that is set and the
Mm.
progress, like how far you have come, the progress you've made. But I have a lot of support from my coach, family, and friends. That this is inevitable for me.
Mm.
I also draw motivation from the strong women community and the impact that I can make as a role model for them.
Mm.
But yes, we all get tough days. Sometimes I think my coach is better in telling me, listen, we back off today and we will recap tomorrow. For me, I'm more of a hard-headed person, so I always push,
Mm.
but he's a good reader and supporter in that aspect. Yes.
Okay, so you also just mentioned like the strong women community. Would you say it's a very close knitted community? Is there a lot of support for other members within the community? Like, how would you describe that?
Yes. The strong women community, it really, I think, differs from location to location. In South Africa, I had a strong, as I was training at Strong Asylum, which we were a community. I wouldn't say it was just women,
Mm.
but the group I had there was really supportive, and the Africa's Federation. This was my support in South Africa. Here we have our artistic fit team, which we form a strong women community. If there's competitions, we will always support each other. So I really depend, I think this will depend on location wise and
Mm.
also how you try to involve yourself in communities like this.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, that's so cool. Because I didn't, yeah, okay, it makes sense that there is a support structure surrounding you, but
Yes.
it's very interesting to hear about it as well. So when you're training, do you have a favorite exercise that you actually enjoy doing?
Yes, crazy enough, everyone will think, ah, she really has something. But like I've previously said, training is part of me.
Mm.
So I do love training, and there's actually quite a few exercises I considered as my favorite. I really love big tire flips, and this is like truck tires or
Mm.
tractor tires that you flip from the floor over. And then the yoke walk, which is a big frame we put on our back, and I like to really have this heavy. So this is one of my
Mm.
favorite training exercises. And then definitely the after stone, the nice,
Okay.
dirty, tacky stone that we have to lift. And then, yeah, a very good deadly leg day. Call me crazy, but I do like to hit the legs hard, squats, leg press, lunges, all of the boring, crucial,
Mm.
brutal part of training. But yes, I love it, like the payoff of it as well.
Mm.
And these exercises is just a true test of your strength and overall mental fortitude, I feel.
Yeah, because I
So
know,
there's quite a few.
yeah, it is a few. And I know a lot of people hate leg day. Like they hate it. So it's so
Yes,
interesting
they do.
that's like your
For me,
favorite
I
part.
just love it. Every like I must say most of the people hate it because it's brutal,
Mm.
but I also see how it pays off. So I started to love the hate. It's a love-hate relationship
Mm.
there.
Is there like any exercise you don't really enjoy doing or that you're not excited about?
I would say this will always be exercises that you feel you're not performing in that
Mm.
well. So yeah, for me it will be arms related, I feel. Because this is purely dedication. It's not
Mm.
that I like and love to do it. It's really more challenging, I would believe. Yeah.
Okay,
So
okay.
overhead work is a little bit less likely, but
Mm.
it's just you need that extra work in it.
Okay, okay, interesting. um, what has been your most memorable competition so far?
The best experience in my career will
Mm.
definitely be Arnold Schwarzenegger himself, Snapchatting when I set the African log lift record.
Wow.
This was remarkable. And
Mm.
then, secondly, I would say the 10-ton plane we pulled for charity.
Mm.
That is also a big milestone. And to be able to go back to Africa last year after a lot of time that I've been in Dubai and to win the title, it qualified me to compete in official strongman games later this year in December. And it also gained me the personal invite for the World Championship, which I've won in March. And just winning the world title has been a big highlight of my career. And the journey to this victory, filled with challenges and trumps, made it exceptionally memorable.
Mm. Wow. Yeah, no, that's definitely a very impressive repertoire that you have.
Lots of years, lots of years.
Yeah, no, I can imagine. I can imagine. So, how do you prepare for a major competition like the world's strongest woman?
Oh, preparation involves a structured plan, focus on strength, technique, conditioning specific to the events as well.
Mm.
And then nutrition again, recovery, and then mental preparation are also critical components in this preparing to competition. And visualizing success and staying focused on my goals always help me to keep on track as well.
Okay, okay. And then, what is one of the biggest lessons you have learned from competing?
Hmm. Resilience and adaptability,
Mm.
I think, is our key. Competing has taught me to stay committed and very humble. Despite setbacks that you might get in competition, you
Mm.
have to always adapt strategies to overcome the challenges that you're facing. And every day, every competition is a learning experience. Truly, like it's why I love strong women so much and
Mm.
stick to the sport. Is you can have the same event, but it will always the implement will always keep you on your toes and keep you humble and
Mm.
challenge you. So you have to adapt in the
Mm.
moment into it.
Okay, so no 2 days or no two competitions are ever the same.
No, never.
What advice would you give someone interested in participating in strength sports or somebody that might want to get involved in it?
Definitely, I would recommend them to start with a solid foundation.
Mm,
In strength training, it's not always just throwing yourself under the weights, but starting with the foundation in strength training and seek guidance from experienced coaches. This is very, very important. Some people I feel these days just go on Instagram and are inspired by people and they just go do things. And I'm
mm,
like, but why are you doing this? You know,
mm,
like really get people that is experience around you. To be patient and consistent is very like, even doesn't matter how many years you've done it, I will
mm,
always give this as five. Focus on technique, like the foundations I've mentioned, and prioritize recovery as well. Not to start to overthrow yourself with too
oh
much at the
yeah.
first.
Mm.
And then most importantly is to enjoy the journey and the community that you get to be involved in.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. So what, because that's kind of linked, but what injuries or what mistakes do you think, except for like, because you just mentioned building a strong foundation and everything, but is there like any big mistakes that you see beginners making when they get into strength training or anything like that?
Yes, 100%.
Mm.
So you will always see it in the gyms, as especially people would rather, my coach call it ego lifting,
Mm.
but it is like you go for the bigger dumbbell or you
Mm.
go for the bigger barbell and you do the movement, but you're really not using the muscle that you should use or activating the posture,
Mm.
activating the muscle or having the correct posture. So it would, yes, you might do the couple of reps on that specific weight you intend to do, but it's not necessarily benefiting you in the
Mm.
future.
Yeah.
Because if you're not training the fundamentals that is your structure, your foundation, you will never be able to go without injury, I would actually implement
Mm.
to go to the next weight. So it's rather better to set a little bit less weight and do it properly and then progressively with little increments build it up because then you can actually go further instead of just like, okay, I'm doing this 5 reps
Mm.
just to get it done, you know?
Yeah, no, I
So
feel like
yeah.
that's solid advice. Solid advice. And I think it also comes from people, like you said, seeing people on Instagram or looking at videos on YouTube and not actually having someone next to them telling them, okay, so your posture is wrong or your form is not right. You should rather do it like this. Yeah.
Exactly. No,
Okay.
very true.
Yeah. Um, how does your career with strength training and with strength sports affect your personal life and your relationships?
Oh, okay. um, well, it does affect. So
Mm,
I would say balancing a demanding career with personal life can be very challenging.
definitely.
However, if you have open communication and support, it will make it more easier and manageable.
Mm,
It is sometimes hard for those around me to always understand my passion and my dedication that is required to succeed. But till this part, it was really worth it. And it also makes you consider the people around you, I would
mm.
say, because with the right people around you, they will always support you.
Definitely, definitely. Okay. Um, so when you do have some free time available and you're not training and you're not working on your nutrition, what do you do to relax?
Relaxation and downtime are essential,
Mm,
very also for your mental and physical recovery. It is true. I enjoy spending time with family, with friends, and this is an important pillar as well to make time for family and friends.
definitely.
And then on just relaxing, I like to do self-care and then also the adventure part of me. So I would say I make it a priority to relax and escape. It's
Mm,
mainly for me is escaping with the mind because we're always overthinking, we always rushing, especially in the city. So I enjoy hobbies like racing in cars or painting, drawing, and attending events and concerts. I
Mm.
do really enjoy some of that, yes.
Oh, that's so cool. Okay. And then who are your biggest supporters and how do they help you mentally?
My biggest supporter is definitely a big pillar is my coach,
Mm.
Robin Toy. And then secondly, I would say the artistic fit team here that we've formed with the athletes. We are all women at the moment. So
Oh,
yeah,
cool.
I would say the artistic fit community that we created here. My family and my friends that is surrounded with me on a weekly basis. And then just the belief of people and me and the encouragement and the understanding that provide me a foundation to my success.
Mm.
They keep me grounded and motivated always. And it will always be also very interesting people you don't know who you inspire that also really motivates you and supports you sometimes unexpectedly.
Mm.
People that tells you like your inspiration, it really helps you as well.
Yeah, I can imagine. Sometimes you just need, like you said, some random people, but sometimes you just need a good Instagram comment to wake up to, and then your day is on the right track.
Yes, yes, and it also drives into motivation as well.
Mm. So how important is mentorship in your life and in your career? Because I know you mentioned Robin, your coach. So how important would you
This
say that
is
is?
mentorship has been very crucial for me.
Mm.
Robin's guidance and mentorship have shaped my career. It helped me navigate the challenges of not only strength sports, but in the mental aspect as well and in the way of life.
Mm.
And having someone who believes in you, your potential and provides direction is inevitable, I believe.
Fantastic. Okay, so um, how do you promote strength sports amongst women? Because I mean, you winning the world's strongest women title was already very inspirational. I think it touched a lot of people. But is there anything specific that you do to promote the sport itself?
I always try to actively share my journey,
Mm.
participate in community events as well. And I encourage women to pursue strength sports by being visible and vocal about the benefits and achievements
Mm.
in this field. I aim to inspire and empower more women to sure to join in. And also, I aim soon to mentor upcoming athletes and contribute to the growth of sport in hosting workshops for women in strength sports and definitely supporting my team here, like I mentioned as well.
Mm.
I believe helping people, inspiring them, and also giving them cues and a hand, like being there for them is really supporting women
No,
going from
definitely,
here. Yeah.
definitely. What is your next big goal in strength sports, would you say?
My next big goal, all right. I will always be, I think, next big goal is always a privilege to have
Mm.
been the first woman in Africa to win the World Championship. And I think my next big dream would be to reach podium. I think I've mentioned it before as well in different world class federations
Oh yeah.
in strongman. And then the next big competition we currently is in Germany at the end of September.
Mm.
I was invited to compete there for the old school federation
Wow,
for the
cool.
worlds there.
Mm.
Yes, hopefully my visa comes for that. So, and yes, after that, just continue to push the limits of my strength and performance. But that is the next big one. Yes.
Oh, that's so cool. Okay, well,
Yeah.
ek hou duim vas vir jou that your visa comes through.
Thank you. Thank you.
So what do you see as the biggest opportunities or challenges for women in strength sports? Because do you think there's maybe a stigma surrounding women in strength sports?
Sorry, you broke up a little
Ooh,
bit there.
okay, sorry,
If
I'll
you
repeat
can
my
just
question.
repeat, yeah.
what do you see as some of the biggest opportunities or challenges for women in strength sports? Because I know there's maybe like a stigma surrounding women in strength sports, you know, because women are seen as like maybe a bit weaker. And I think there's definitely, not for people necessarily in the sport, but from people viewing from outside. So,
Yes.
mm,
There's definitely challenges and opportunities in every sport, I believe. But the biggest opportunity is growing the recognition and giving support to women from women, I
mm,
would say, is the bigger part in strength sports. Why I say to women from women is I've noticed this, and as a woman, I'm actually afraid to say it, but I've got a very good support crew back
mm,
home in South Africa, mostly from men, not
okay.
mostly from the women.
Mm,
And like I said, you have to build that community of women and not envy each other. You
mm,
have to support other women. You have to let them achieve their best as well. Whether
definitely.
it's not your day today, it's their day.
Mm.
You have to really be grateful and support
No, definitely, definitely. Yeah, that's very true. It's very true.
them.
So, how can people support you or learn more about your journey? Where can they find you?
People can support me by following my journey on social media,
Mm,
Instagram, attending events, which we are competing in, of course, and spreading awareness about spring sports in
mm,
this way. We can always engage with supporting strong women community that's close to you helps as well,
mm.
and grow and inspire individuals through that. People can also reach out to me on Instagram if they want. There's always, it's good to collaborate with different companies, people,
Mm.
because it always creates more opportunity in the future. And in South Africa, I would be there hopefully October if everything pans
Cool.
out. So I would really love to get involved in podcasts when I'm there.
Okay, cool.
So yeah, to create more awareness as
Mm.
well
Can
while
you
I'm in town.
can you maybe give people your Instagram handles so they know where to find you?
Yes, 100%. It's my name, Brendali, with an LI,
Mm.
and then it's underscore forever underscore strong.
Okay, cool. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Well, I can say
thank
from,
you.
I can't speak for the whole South Africa, but I know us here at the Go To Guy, we're so proud of you for winning the title of the world's strongest woman. We're so incredibly proud. And as a woman, it's so inspiring to see you achieve this goal. Like really, it's really nice. It's really cool.
Thank you so much. Thank you for giving us the platform to actually get it out there more, that
Mm.
it's not just a competition and it's done. I really appreciate the amazing article, and it was really truly amazing to connect today.
Ah, but thank you so much. And thank you for coming on. I really do appreciate it. And it was really nice
Thank
talking
you.
to you.
Thank you. Likewise. You must have an amazing day.
Thank you. You too. Okay.
Okay.
Bye. Uh,
Bye.
um, okay, julle, dit was Brendali Theron gewees. So ons sien julle dan weer vanmiddag met nog 'n episode van Rugby Raas en dan kan julle ook uitkyk vir ons skedule vir volgende week. Ons het 'n paar verrassingkies tussenin.